Fuck your luck, sorry. Erica and I are very lucky to live amongst the hills of South Shropshire. And until very recently, we had the greatest local boozer in the world, bar none. Local ales were fantastic. There was a live music only policy. There was no pre-recorded music. There were no TVs. There were no gaming machines. My favourite thing of all about this pub was, no matter which network you were on, you couldn't get a signal on your phone. It was like travelling back in time to the days when you used to go to the pub to be with the people in the pub, you know? Anyway, pub owners changed as things do, but before it all went away, we wanted to tribute the place in song. This is the song, and it's called Fill Her Up and Foot Down.
Some left before us, some it's their ride. We'll pick them up and we'll squeeze them and tight. Leave your worries all behind you as we'll get you on the door. They got nothing there but good times, I've been there before. We take a little drink, we'll stay over the night. So long as we get there it'll be alright. But nothing for nothing, this night is for keeps. Doesn't matter if you fall down, but nobody sleeps. We don't get there soon, you surely never know. To fill her up and foot down, brother, let's go. There's a crowd at a house on the outside of town. Some neighbors are leaving, some are standing their ground. Tell your boss there's no way he can reach on the phone. There's enough in the tank to get us all back home. They got a million different stories that'll set you in a spin. A million different ideas to welcome us in. We got everything to live for, nothing left to lose. The choice ain't a hard one, stop staring at your shoes. And there's a girl, you said you knew. Maybe you don't, but she'll be there too. She'll be dancing on and singing, baby, please don't go. She'll tell you some stories that only she knows. You wrap your coat around her, throw some pillows on the floor. Light 100 candles, put a chair against the door, 'cause there's a crowd at a house on the outside of town. Some neighbors are leaving, some are standing their ground. Tell your boss there's no way he can reach you on the phone. There's enough in the tank to get us all back home. On the outside of town, some neighbors are leaving, some are standing their ground. Tell your boss there's no way they can reach out the phone. There's enough in the tank to get us all back.
This is a song that deals with the subject of the gift of cake. I was sitting around one morning bored at home in a pretty foul mood, and I thought I'll turn to the guitar and see if it's got anything for me. And I came up with this song and came up with the ridiculous idea that if a complete stranger turned up at our house with the gift of a homemade cake, this could cheer me up. This of course never happened. That is until we started touring the song. And I believe we were in Boston, Massachusetts in the States with our good friend Wayne Hussey from The Mission on an acoustic tour. And a couple drove down from Toronto in Canada and brought with them a freshly homemade baked vanilla and strawberry cake, right? So we stashed it away in the dressing room. so the support band couldn't get their hands on it. And the plan was that when we got back to our cheap motel at like 3 a.m, we were going to have the cake, which is exactly what happened. So we take the cake, Erica and I ran to Wayne Hussey's room, and quickly discover we have no cutlery, but we do have our credit cards. So we sliced this huge cake up with credit cards, and we fashioned tiny little forks out of the straws they give you in cheap American motels to stir your tea and coffee with. And we sat there for about 15 minutes in silence, and two of us in one bed, Wayne on the other, for about 15 minutes. And it occurred to me that 17 years prior to that night, Wayne and I had been on tour in America together, him singing for the Mission, me singing for the Wonderstuff, and we used to like to meet in hotel rooms at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and fanny around with credit cards and straw type things. It wasn't cake that was on our mind back then. Times have happily changed. Told you why the song got written, given you the associated story. Very little point in actually playing the song. However, it has a sing-along bit. I'll clue you in. And it has a wild violin solo from America. It's called A Cake.
I thought at first it'd been a mistake when a caller dropped me off a cake and told me that there's cause for celebration. I said, mate, you've got the wrong address. I'm living with a world of stress. Remove your cake and all its connotations. But he took me squarely in his eyes, said, have you ever wondered why your constitution is sunk below compare? A cake, my friend, won't make amends for your disappointment or your loss of friends. The one I bring has been made with so much care. Say, me oh my, a sense of humor's usually required. Say, me oh my, a sense of humor's usually required. With that I thought I could hear no more, so I took the cake, shut the door, and placed it at the center of my table. Well, before too long my sunken heart came up for air, sent a spark into my head. It was then that I felt able to consider who had been so kind to think of me in these worst of times. How could I repay them in due course? That a simple gesture such as this could raise you up and clear the mist, but it'll never be forgotten or dismissed. Oh, say me oh my, a sense of humor's usually required. Say oh me oh my, a sense of humor's usually required. Occupy the thoughts of one that hold you dearly as a son cannot be taken lightly or undone. But a simple gesture such as this could raise you up and clear the mist, so it'll never be forgotten or dismissed.
The sing-along bit.
Me oh my.
I am genuinely moved.
Sense of humor is usually required. Say, me oh my, a sense of humor is usually required. Say, oh me oh my, a sense of humor is usually required.